If you need some help, then it's time for Mr. English Teacher. Gotta read some literature, then here it is, it's Mr. English Teacher.
Hey everyone! I just wanted to share a poem with you that I think is super helpful to keep handy, as it were. I enlighten my students, or try to enlighten my students, I should say, about little life's moments when you realize that we're all sort of dragging ghosts around with us. And one of those times is when you're at a certain age and you're going to buy a sympathy card and you realize you've come to the time in your life where you need to buy them in bulk. And it's not meant to be morbid, it's just the way life keeps moving forward. So I find this poem to be super helpful, particularly when kids ask me, or hey, they don't know what to say when they know someone they love who's lost someone. And I just remind them not to say things that are not about that loss. Simply just say, I'm sorry for your loss, and mean it. Don't tell them it's in God's plan. Don't tell them that they're in a better place. Don't tell them, I don't know, that everything happens for a reason. None of that helps in the sting and rawness of those first few days. It might be true, but all someone who has lost someone needs to know is that you're sorry for it. And then give them a poem, and maybe this one. Not Swans, by Susan Ludvigson. I drive toward distant clouds and my mother's dying. The quickened sky is mercury. It slithers across the horizon. Against that liquid silence, a V of birds crosses sudden and silver. They tilt, becoming white light as they turn, glitter like shooting stars, arcing slow motion out of the abyss, not falling. Now they look like chips of flint, the arrow broken. I think, this isn't myth. They're not signs, not souls. Reaching blue again, they're ordinary ducks, or maybe Canada geese. Veering away, they shoot into the west, too far for my eyes, aching as they do. Never mind what I said before. Those birds took my breath. I knew what it meant. This is just one of those perfect poems, and I could speak all night about it, but I'll try just to show you some really remarkable things. So, of course, the poem's title is remarkable in that it's so unremarkable. Not swans. I mean, how many thousands or hundreds of thousands of poems have been called swans, but this one's different. And immediately she draws attention to the idea that we get to decide a few things. I drive toward distant clouds and my mother's dying. If you read this as a possessive, then you have a simple sentence where the objects of the preposition are distant clouds and mother's dying. But you also can read it as a compound sentence, syntactically. I drive toward distant clouds and my mother is dying. And while that may not change semantics too much, the entire point of this poem is that you get to decide whatever it is that nature presents to you and decide if it has meaning, and that's up to you. Now, of course, it all comes down to Mercury here too, and how beautiful the gray and sudden and silver liquid silence. It slithers across. If you've ever seen Mercury out of a thermometer, it's beautiful, but it's dangerous too. But ultimately, it's also the messenger god. And of course, what is this poem about? But seeing whatever the message it is that you need. And at first, she's absolutely taken with these V of birds. They are rapturous for her, quite literally. But then she gets frustrated and she gets angry, understandably, and declares that this isn't myth. They are not signs, not souls, not swans. But then she pulls it back, reaching blue again. They're ordinary ducks, or maybe Canada geese. Veering away, they shoot into the west, too far for her eyes, aching as they do. And the antecedent, this is actually what I use to teach this word, or remind kids what this word is, about the pronouns is so important here, because here, what is the antecedent, or what are the antecedents of they? It is eyes. They are aching, whether they're aching because she's been crying or because she keeps peering as far as she can to see those birds. Or really, they're also the birds themselves. Veering away, they shoot into the west, aching as they do. They're exhausted on this trek through their lives, going wherever it is that they need to go. And then we get a little break right here, some time to think as she struggles through it all. Never mind what I said before. Those birds took my breath. I knew what it meant. And again, another little antecedent thing here where, those birds, somewhere in you, the expectation is I knew what they meant. But it changes to it, because it's much larger than just these birds. Good luck out there. Save this poem, share it, and better yet, buy one of her books, Susan Ludvigson. There's a link. Thank you for this poem.